Welcome everybody. I hope you're able to see me, hear me. You can type yes. Warm welcome. It's lovely to see some of you. Nawaz, Navneet. It's been quite some time. Missed you, my friends, and I'm happy that you're here. Lovely, fantastic. So, how are you all? How are things? How's business? I heard that business is now back to normal. Is that true? Super, super. Yeah, nice. Great going. Busy, busy. Nice. Rocking. Super. Very nice to hear that. So, in this busy time, do you also have time to go through the course, go through the process? Are you having time to work on your business, or are you too busy working in your business? How is it with you right now? Too busy working in your business, or you have the time to work on your business also? What's your chat? What's your answer? So, hi Sunita, welcome Shripad, Namaskara, Sabita, lovely to see you. Rupa, Vanakam, Nawaz, Adab, Namaskaram, Navneet, good to see you all. Lovely. I see quite a few people coming after a long time. Lovely to see you all. So, how's work? ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದ್ದೀನಿ. Nice. நல்லா இருக்கா? Good to see. Good to hear. Especially Romba Nalla Irka. Super. Very happy to hear that. So, well, friends, while the going is good, okay, it's also important. Let's not get too busy working in the business. Let's work on the business. That is where, the inner circle call, the exponential sales blueprint, and Uday Shetty comes into picture. Work on your business. The reason why we keep meeting week after week is because I want to remind you that it's very important for you to work on your business. Keep working on the process. Anything that you have to do repeatedly, systematize that. Where do you manage to get that energy? You made my day. Thank you, Sunita. I don't know where I get the energy. I think when I sit in front of the computer, when I see everybody, all of you, I think I get charged. Thank you. But you made my day. Thanks a lot. Okay, so it's time for me to share the screen. How many of you are able to see the screen? You're able to see the inner circle call? Yep. Okay, 1 second. Yeah, right. Great. Okay, so time for us to revisit the core values. Okay. Number one core value, being useful. That's the fundamental thing. That's what drives us. And I'm so happy, the other day, one of our friends from the inner circle call, he, on a BNI work, he said, I want to be useful, and therefore I volunteer to do this particular thing. So Raghav, if you are there, hey, Deepak, lovely to see you after a long time. Missed you, my friend. Haridas, lovely to see you. Hussaini, lovely to see you. Wonderful to see some of you after a long time. And let me tell you, I've been missing you in this calls. Okay, so number one, and for me, this is the fundamental thing, I want to be useful. Anything and everything that I do, I first ask this question, is this going to be useful? And that's the reason why today, when I sent out a message, I said, today's topic is going to be very useful. Anything and everything. I want this to be the fundamental driver. This is the purpose, okay? Making a difference. Thing that we do, hi. So happy to see you and hear you. Same thing, my friend. I've been missing. And I hope you find your business is rocking. And I also hope that you find enough time to watch the videos, do the course, maybe take a little bit of action towards that direction. And the direction is working on the business, okay? Making a difference. We are learning all this because we want to get freedom. Our business should serve us and not the other way around. We should not be serving our business should serve us. How do we do that? Lifelong learning. Be a student always. And when the student is ready, the teacher appears. What it basically means is whenever you want to learn something, somebody or the other is going to come right in front of you and is going to teach you a lesson. Teach you a lesson in the right way. I mean, not in the wrong way. Teach you a lesson. So be a lifelong learner. Learn, do, teach. An awesome formula for scaling up our business. So I think we've revisited our core values. Now let's look at the education slot. Okay, to me, I call myself a reasonably good salesperson, but in the entire sales process, if there is one thing that I think I'm really very good at, it's been this. And let me tell you what that is. Okay. There's a very famous mantra, very important mantra, and a famous line that I have read. Fortune lies in follow up. How many of you friends agree with this? Fortune lies in follow up. Raghav, Babyana, welcome. I was both of you are so regular, usually on time. Today I was wondering, I hope all well with you because I was not seeing you, so I'm happy to have you in the call. Okay, how many of you think follow-up is important? Type me in the chat box. Okay, great. I think all of you, unanimously, I think you say follow-up is important. Let me ask you a question. How many of you are comfortable following up? You can say NM if it's not me. Me, if Deepak says me, okay. How many of you are comfortable? Okay, sometimes not. Yeah, NM. Yeah. And why do you think you're not very comfortable? Is it because of that three-letter word called ego? Or is it something else? Okay. Think about it. Okay. Fortune lies in follow-up. Most business owners, please listen to this. Most business owners, salespeople, that is when I say business owners who do the sales themselves. Most salespeople, ego, yeah. Most business owners leave a lot of money on the table because of this three-letter word called ego. Do you agree with me? How many times should I call him? Damn him. He is not picking up my call. Whatever. Okay. And you leave it. Now, friends, I'm not saying that you should be shameless. You should be, keep your ego down. No, not that. But I want you to be aware that fortune lies in follow up. If we do not follow up, we are leaving a lot of money on the table. Now, consider this. How do we follow up without, we all want sales, but can there be a way of following up? Can there be a way of acquiring this fortune without really being desperate? Do you think that's a good question to ask? What's your view? Lovely to see you, Ambika. Again, missed you. It's been a long time. Okay. Yeah. What do you think, friends? Yeah. Is that a good question to ask? Yeah. How many of you are interested in knowing about follow-up? I personally feel that if there is one thing that can really double your sale, it's learning the art of follow-up. Okay. Yes. The reason, friends, is this. We all get leads. Okay. We all generate leads. Every person. If you're into business, you've been selling, you've been closing, all that. But what comes between lead generation and sale is follow-up. That is going to be the determining factor. So what are the basics of follow-up? And I want you to pay attention to this. Maybe you can write this down. I know there is a video here, but I still feel in case you have a journal, in case you have a paper and a pen, then I want you to write this down. Number one, you are the acronym for this. Those of you who are in Hyderabad, those of you who are in the Telangana, Okay, it's very easy for you to remember. TRSS. TRS, you know, right? TRSS. That is the acronym. T is tech enabled. Your follow up should be tech enabled. Two, relentless, systematic, and scheduled. Meaning what? Tech enabled means no more memory, no more diary, yellow sheets, notes, no more that. Okay, every lead that comes into your business must go into a database. The database, what are the different databases? We'll look into it, but make sure that every lead goes into a database. Relentless. Okay, relentless is different from being shameless. Relentless meaning till you buy. I am going to be following up. My company is going to be following up. So, till you buy or till you die. Okay, I'm just joking, but that's how it is. I am going to be with you. Your name number got into my database because you have shown interest in my company. Now it's my turn. Reason, would you agree with me that if let's assume, okay, let's just recall something that you have bought and you took your time to make that purchase. It could be a car, it could be a computer, it could be a real estate, it could be any high value item that you have purchased, but you took your time, but you bought it because someone has been relentlessly following up. Anyone encountered that in your life so far? What does that tell you about the person who's been relentlessly following up? That he's determined. And how many of us love determined people? How many of us love to do business with people who are determined on the other side? Me, I'm interested. Okay. So, till you buy or till you die, I'm going to be after you. Reason, I know that my company solves my customers' problems. If that person has shown interest in me, well, I am going to solve his problem because he's got a problem. And that's the reason why he got in touch with me. He gave me his name, he gave me his email ID, he gave me his phone number. Now it's my responsibility. I look at it as a sense of purpose. What's the purpose? Solving my customers' problems or solving my prospects' problem. And therefore, I'm going to be going after him. Why? Because he may have said no, but he has not said no to me, but to the information I have given that person at that point in time. It's a no because he probably needs more information. So I'm going to be providing more information to this person again and again and again and again. Systematic, meaning there has to be a process. This is why, and when you have this, right, systematic meaning, when you have a process, when you have a script, when you have the collateral meaning all those marketing collaterals. I will come to that, what collateral means. But all those marketing collaterals, then I'm not sounding desperate, but I'm doing it in a very, very systematic way and scheduled, meaning there has to be a timing. We'll touch base on that. But remember for now, the basics: tech enabled, relentless, systematic, and scheduled. This is for each and every lead that comes to your business. Do you agree with me? Do you think it makes sense? Okay. Now, let's look at the statistics. What do you think is the conversion ratio when you are in touch with your prospect for just once? Meaning, are there people who don't follow up? I mean, you come in contact with me, I make a presentation or my company makes a presentation, but I don't make a call. I just come in contact with you once, only once. What do you think is the conversion ratio here? Any inputs, please? You can put it in the chat box. What do you think? 20%. Okay. What percentage? What is the percentage, conversion percentage? If you are in contact with your prospect once, very minimum. Okay, put me a number. Minimum meaning what? Someone has written 20%, 10%. Okay. Look at this. It's just 5%. If you have got 10 inquiries, you're just closing half. If you've got 100 inquiries, you're closing only 5. Got it? Yeah, approximately 10 to 15%. Okay. So research has shown that if you are in the habit of, say, first time you got in contact, you made a presentation, you spoke about your company, you did all that process, okay, need analysis and all that, but you called only once. The second contact, 10 inquiries, you close 1. But people who call 3 to 5 times, 20%. 6 to 12 times, 30 to 50 times. And this has been continuous flow of follow-up. Absolutely, Ambika. So when you say continuous flow of contact, I guess you mean 6. So 6 to 12 contacts, it's 30 to 50%. Okay. Most purchases happen after the 8th call, it seems, after the 8th time that you call. And you know the average number of call attempts? Any guesses here? Average number of call attempts. What is an average business owner? How many times does he call his prospect? Any guesses here? I'll give you a chocolate if you answer this question. A chocolate for you. I'll courier it to you. 4, 5. Okay, average. Wow, you guys are all good salespeople. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Deepak says 4. Ambika says 5. In your case, I'm not talking about you. Okay, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the whole community of salespeople. What is the average number of call attempts that people do? The whole community of salespeople. 5 for sure. Ah, lovely. So such an optimistic person you are. But of course, it's a reflection of your personality. You are an aggressive salesperson, but I think the average community is not like that. Any guesses, please? Some more involvement, so I get motivated. Some more attempts, some more answers here. What is the average number of call attempts? Nawaz, 3. Raghav, 2. Okay. It's 1.5 times. World average, okay, 1.45 times. So those of you who've written 3, 2, 6, 5, 10, kudos to you because you are above the average. All right, average number. And what does that mean? It means if you are not following up, you're leaving money on the table. Wasted opportunity for all of us. Okay. Now, that is the reason why we need to keep following up. And remember that the person, that is a prospect, wants more information. If they've said no in the first instance, it's not a no to you. It's not a no to your company. It's just that at that point, probably the information that you have provided is not enough for them. It's not driving them to pull out the money from their pocket and give it to you. When a prospect and a business owner meet, the mentality of a salesperson is this: hey, Mr. Prospect, you have my money and I have your product. We both are meeting to exchange. I give you my product, you give me my money because my money is in your pocket. That's the attitude. If you have that attitude, keep meeting this person and keep talking to this person till you do that exchange. And that exchange is called a sale. Okay? And that trigger happens probably in the 8th or 9th attempt. Now, how are we going to do these attempts? What's needed? First attempt. So let me collapse some of the notes so that it doesn't look like a clutter. Okay, I think this looks good. Okay, so what's needed? Preparation. Friends, would you agree with me? Many salespeople, even us as business owners, we know that we got to make a call, but are we really prepared? So remember, this is a mantra: prepare. You have to prepare before you make whatever that follow-up. It need not necessarily be a phone call. It could be whatever be your means, you got to prepare. So what's preparation? Then your average response time, that also matters. Who will follow up? So sometimes it may so happen that the ego comes into picture. You may not want to call that person because, okay, when you say ego, because I think Ramakrishna said ego, correct? one more person, I don't recall who, but he also said ego. So when you say ego, what exactly is ego? I mean, why that ego comes into picture? Why do you think so? Any idea, please? What do you think? I just want an input. And I know that I want to make this an interactive session so that I know that you're awake. I know that you're listening to me. Any idea? So when he needs it, he must call back Deepak Rupani. Okay. Achha, theek hai. So you need my product, so you call me. Absolutely. Perfect. Anyone else? What do you mean by ego? I don't want to beg. Perfect. I don't want to beg. Okay. So can we also look at it this way? Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Okay. It could be fear of rejection. Could it be that? My quality will make him call. Yeah. Yes. But is it also fear of rejection? Okay. Because I don't want to hear a no from this person. Yes. Yeah. Now, if we are in sales and if we want to be in sales, that is not necessarily you. If you think I want to overcome this, get used to it. Or if there is resistance, then let another person do the calling. Now, who could that person be? Will you could hire or you could outsource. Okay, which medium works? Which is the easiest or the convenient medium? What's a good time? Is there any time slot? Do you think has research shown that there are some sweet spots? That is when you do a follow-up at this time, you're more likely to get a response. Does that matter? You definitely matters. Nurturing, call to action, and technology. So let's look at preparation here. When we say preparation, you know that there is a lead that has come in. What does that mean? When somebody is giving you their name and their contact details, it means that they have made a provisional decision to buy from your company. But now they want to validate that. They want to make sure that their decision is the right decision. So what do they want? They want information. Now they have not made the purchase. It means what? They need more information. Friends, this is a simple mantra. If a person has said no to you, it's not no to you, but it's no to because the available information was less. They need more information. So we need to give them value each time we are in touch with them. So what's the value? Value meaning your intention should be, instead of you chasing them, what can I do which will make that person come to me? What information should I give? So that when I give this information, that person is going to say, ooh, wow, I want to buy from you, man. This makes a lot of sense. That information. What could that information be? Now, that's the marketing collateral. So it could be your brochure, your company details, something which probably in your sales presentation you missed, and this person is going to see it in your brochure or any of the other marketing collaterals that you have. It could be some podcasts. You could have some podcasts. And in the podcast, you might have said something which probably is going to make that person. It could be either or it could be a combination of all this. Any material which can handle objections. Okay, meaning what could the objection be? So it could be the price. So is there anything that you can, any material you will give where you're showing so much value that the price looks peanuts in front of that value proposition? Email marketing. Okay, can there be a series of content which you can give to that person, series of information and value proposition? Success stories. So success stories meaning all those stories where your existing customers had a problem or a dream, and how your product was able to solve that problem, or how it was able to fulfill their dream or their aspiration. Client testimonials. So today, for example, as far as BNI is concerned, I had asked one of our friends, Shripad, who is in this call. Okay, I asked him to give me a video testimonial. Reason, another person, we have a prospect who is in the same business that Shripad is. Shripad is in the signages business. And I asked Shripad to share his testimonial. How long he's been in BNI, why he's been so long, what has he learned from BNI, how many friends he has made in BNI, how much business he has done in BNI, and why he wants to continue in BNI, and how he recommends BNI to other people. He's put a video, it's about 2 minutes or so. Okay. Now, when I shared this to this particular prospect, this is going to do the work that I will probably not be able to convince, because this is a third party testimonial. My prospect is going to look at me as a salesperson, and he might think that, well, I have a motive, a selfish motive. But when a third person is giving a testimonial, it's a neutral testimonial. So it's a much safe ground. So client testimonials, videos, if you probably invite them to an exhibition or an event that of your company, or if you can show them a video of your event, if you have a company event, okay, you could be an insurance agent, you could be a school, you could be, well, another organization, you could be BRI, whatever, you could send them an event photograph or a video, or stuff related to that. Scripts are important. Never speak extempore till you become perfect. Scripts for every objection, or client reviews, the 5-star reviews, the Google reviews, the Trustpilot reviews. You must have all this, and keep sending periodically. How many of you think if you have this, it's going to make your follow-up easy, because your client is now not looking at you as a desperate person who's following up, but as a person, as an advisor or a well-wisher who's giving value information each time you are contacting them. How many of you agree with this? And do you find this list useful? Number one. Number two, did I miss out on anything which could probably be part of this list? Some inputs in the chat box. Do you think this list is going to be useful and it is necessary before you follow up? How many of you think so? Agree. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, it is necessary. Yes, it is necessary. Okay. So how many of you are going to make a list of this? Because I told you, write this down, right? So write this down, please. Write this down, and whatever you have, keep it aside. Whatever you need to do, write it in your to-do list. Do you have email templates so that you can periodically send to your prospects? Do you have videos? Different videos. Do you have your client testimonials? Start collecting them. It could be in the print format. It could be in the digital format. It could be in the video format. But do you have it? Now, video ideally should be each customer or each of your existing customers are buying from you for different reasons. And try and get testimonials for different reasons. For example, let's take the case of BNI, because many of you are BNI members right now. So a person joins BNI for networking. A person joins BNI to learn systems and process. A person joins BNI for national or global connections. A person joins BNI for just business. A person learns BNI for friendships or for increasing their contacts. People join for different reasons. Try and collect testimonials for different reasons. Something might get connected to your prospect. Keep sending these videos on a regular basis. There could be one thing that the person might get connected to, and then that will make this person come to you rather than you chasing that person. Our idea is we should not look desperate. We might be desperate, but it's not necessary that you have to show that you are desperate. Make sense? If it makes sense, type MS. Type MS in the chat box. Lovely, Deepak. Superb. Okay, now, what's the average response? Average response time means what? By the time you get that lead, and by the time there is a response from your company, okay, what should be the average response? Well, if you've made a presentation already, and if this person has said, well, I'll get back to you, then it should be 12 to 24 hours. Okay. But if it's, you've got a lead, meaning you've done a Facebook ad, or you've done a Just Dial advertisement, or you've done a LinkedIn marketing, or an Instagram marketing, or any of those regular typical lead generation activity, and you've got that lead, an inbound lead, okay, which you got it in the form of an SMS or an email, or it got dropped because of a Zapier integration into your Google Sheet, then in 1 to 5 minutes, there has to be a response. And what's that response? It could be an autoresponder, an email saying, hey, hi, I'm Uday Shetty. Thank you for getting in touch. Absolutely. Immediate, meaning 1 to 5 minutes there has to be an autoresponder saying, we will get back. Thank you for connecting. And ideally, this response should be in the form of a video. So you have that text, and you should also have a small video. Reason, today, videos are selling a lot. So your engagement with your prospect is very, very high when your autoresponder is in the form of a video. So you send an email, but let's say, for example, you use a tool like GetResponse, ConvertKit. These are the usual email marketing thing. You can easily send an email. You can embed it in your email, and it pops out. And it could be saying, thank you, I'm so-and-so, so-and-so, so-and-so. I'll get in touch with you within the next couple of hours, and so on and so forth. Just form a very short video, and boom, you send it off. You think it's easy? We've already done video recording, video editing, and we've done that. So you know it's very, very simple. But do that, incorporate this. Who will follow up? So you can do it yourself. If you're a solopreneur, you can hire and train people, or you can outsource. If you're not very comfortable following up, because of EGO, no problem, hire and train people. But it's important to follow up. If you don't follow up, you're going to leave money on the table. So if you can't do it, delegate it. Very simple. Use technology, hire and train people, or just outsource. There are a lot of outsourcing companies. So you can share the database with them, and you will have to, of course, set the terms, how to follow up and so on. They will be doing it on your behalf. In my car company, I had tied up with a person because one of my biggest stumbling blocks was my follow-up. I knew that if I followed up, my sales would double, and I had outsourced this to the entire follow-up activity. I had given access to my CRM, and we saw our sales doubled in 6 months. Just by putting this outsourcing thing in place, my sales doubled. Okay. Which medium to follow up? Telephone, SMS, WhatsApp, email, messenger. Well, there are lots of other medium, but most commonly used medium is phone, SMS, WhatsApp, email, messenger. But which medium do you think works best or is the most effective? What do you think? Any guesses? Which is the most effective medium? I know it's very easy. Okay. Personal call. Ambika says personal call. How about other people? Phone. Okay. Raghav. Call. Right. Great. But you know what? Absolutely right. It's a phone call. However, because of EGO, or because of some kind of a feeling, I mean, the filters that we have in our mind saying, hey, I don't want to irritate this person. I don't know. Am I looking too desperate? Blah, 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 blah. What do you think is the most convenient or easy medium? If no response, then a message. Yeah. Yes, but people have a resistance to call. I'm bringing it to your notice, friends. There is a lot of call resistance in entrepreneurs. Okay, that's the reason why they opt for messages. I mean, SMS or WhatsApp. Okay, but trust me, your phone call is the most effective. Those of you who've been using messages as a means of follow up, just for 1 week, try not messaging but calling in your business. Try this. If you don't get a better response, don't attend the inner circle call. It's okay. I don't deserve to be a trainer. If you don't get a better response, I can vouch for it. Phone call is going to be a lot more effective than messaging. It's okay, he doesn't call. Why doesn't he pick up the call? Why is there a no response? Because of the timing. Okay, so what's the time? There has to be, if your call is going to be at the right time, I'm sure all of you will agree. For everything, timing is important. Correct? Everything in life. That's what they say, no? You got to be at the right time, at the right place. So what's the right time? 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. or 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. And not only have I read this, throughout you can Google and say, find out the sweet spot for follow up or whatever for any of the marketing activity. I have read this same time, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m., 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. I have tested it multiple times and I found it works. Morning 8 a.m., send a message or a call, you get a lot better response. Even your messaging, okay, you message at 8 a.m., you will find a response which is a lot more effective than messaging at any other time. Okay, so yeah, or 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. This is what scheduling is all about. Our scheduling has to be accordingly, and then keep nurturing, meaning nurturing is important. Every time we call, the only thing, so let's say, for example, you've called them once, the person has still not said yes. Your next call, when you make, it shouldn't be, so what have you decided? You're not going to get a response. But if you instead give them some value in your telephone call, some more information, additional information, which is going to make him closer to a buying decision, then that's what we call it as value content. And how do you give value content? Through a telephone call. But before you make a phone call, maybe a couple of mails, couple of messenger messages, or through WhatsApp, send some value content, and then you make this phone call. Because remember, nurturing is very, very important. So just to give you an example, let's say, for example, you're into real estate. So when you're into a real estate, you're either your prospect is either a buyer or a seller. So what value content can I give him? All the properties that are available and the recent price change. So if there's a particular locality he's looking at, I keep sending him an email blast, a WhatsApp blast, or a messenger blast. I keep sending and updating the list, updating with new properties. And probably if there are any good deals or if there is any distress sale, I give him that additional information. And I keep doing it. I mean, for weeks together, for months together, or for years together. Doesn't matter. As I said, my messaging and my nurturing will go on till you buy or till you die. So I keep doing that. Now, what does that speak about me? Number one, that I'm a determined person. I'm relentless and I care for this person. Because it's not about me. It's all about you. Because I'm giving you information which is going to be helping you. Makes sense? That's what the receiver is going to feel, right? When I'm giving that person information and value information, every time it's updated, every time it's new information. Same thing with insurance. If it's a seller, a market snapshot of what? The current price of his house or property, whatever, and the average price of the property in the neighborhood. I keep, updating this on a regular basis. When I keep doing this, and then I keep calling on a regular basis, do you think there could be a good interaction? Do you think the person is more likely to pick up your call and listen? He may not be ready, he might not be buying, but what's the information he feels? What's the impression and the perception he has? Hey, here's someone who's giving me good information. Do you think this is good? And every time you call, there has to be a call to action. Meaning, if this is not there, if this CTA is not there in your email, on the call that you make, or in any of the messages or nurturing messages, you've lost an opportunity. So while you keep sending them the information, this call to action is very, very important. That is, provide a link to make the payment, purchase forms, easy links, make it easy, because after every call that you make, you got to ask him, hey, so are we good to go? Do you want me to send you the payment link? Shall I send you the purchase order or that particular form where the transaction is made? And how easy are you going to make to enable this? Okay. And finally, use technology. Because remember that first thing that we said, tech enabled. So WhatsApp automation, email automation, SMS automation, schedulers, data tracking meaning every lead should be in a database, and the database could be simplest and easiest is Google Sheet. Very easy. You can share this with any person or any other database that you have, or CRM. CRM, you'll have to invest, but the easiest and the simplest is Google Sheet. But CRM, since it is customized, it gives you more information. Google Sheet is a database. Okay. Processed data is information. And business owners work on information. So CRM is processed data, but it costs you money. You can go for a CRM at a later stage, but the very basic that you must need is Google Sheet. It's free. And categorizing your leads, because when we categorize the leads, it's going to be easy for you to prioritize. So all leads are categorized in the following way: A, B, C. A, B, C is what? A is hot leads. B, warm leads. C is cold leads. Hot leads are those that you can close them. You just have to, like, it's there. We're almost there. So you just have to keep following up on a regular basis. Giving them value, of course, giving them information, handling all those objections. We warm leads, well, they still are slow. They may not act immediately. Give them information, but follow up on a weekly basis. Cold leads, be in touch. Minimum is monthly once. Minimum. Keep in mind, never ever in the whole process that we discussed, never show to the customer or your prospect that you're desperate. Our idea is every time you're in contact with your person, give them value. What can I, so when you're making a call, what's important is today, what can I give him which is going to make this person come to me rather than me going to that person? Is there any information I can give? Because you would have been talking to this person for some time, so you have an idea of the need. So this is where need analysis comes into picture, your ability to understand that need. What information can I give today so that he gets excited and he wants to do business rather than me chasing him? Think about that and give him that information and call. Now, this is the overall view of follow-up. Now, what I want to know from you, friends, is this. Is there who in this room is good at follow-up? And how do you follow up? We just want to learn from you. We want to hear from you. Anyone who has something to add. You think that, I'm good. I've been, so people in the real estate business, people in the insurance business, all of you are very good, right? I mean, so anyone who can share? 1 second, yeah. So anyone who's good in follow-up, you can type me, and I would like, we all, I mean, this whole room would like to hear from you, learn from you. Waiting, because The beauty of this session, as I told you, is it's masterminds. Raghav is saying Ambika. Okay. But volunteers needed. Volunteer yourself. Who will say, hey, I am good. I am very good at following up. Okay. Since there are no volunteers, let me ask you a question. How many of you have learned something today? And if there's something that you have learned, is there anything that you picked up and you will say, hey, I learned this and I'm going to implement this in my business. This is going to be my action item. Raghav. Okay, Raghav. So I'm going to... One second. Yeah, sweet time. Sweet time. Okay, sweet spot, right? Okay. Let me... So let me see if I can enable you. Yeah, sorry. I'll allow you to talk. Yes, Raghav. Enabling you to talk.
Hi, good evening, everyone, sir.
Good evening.
Yeah, it's a very good session. As always, actually, I missed for the last 3-4 sessions. One thing I learned from your previous sessions is to maintain the database of all the clients. And I could do it successfully, sir, actually. Now I maintained a Google Sheet and I marked with hot, warm, and cold leads. And I'm trying to following up every day. And initially I had some hesitation to call, and I was using all my solutions like bulk SMS and bulk WhatsApp and all. But as you rightly said, call is a determining factor actually. We could know the exact intention of the customer straightforward, like, and that helped me a lot. So I'm switching on to today's learning. First call, then the other activities.
Superb.
Yeah.
Lovely. Thank you. Thank you, Raghav. So I'm now disabling you. So Raghav, incidentally, is also in the business of SMS integration, SMS automation, WhatsApp integration, WhatsApp automation. Okay. And anyway, you have another tool called ConvertKit or Get Response. So you know what? If you use these three things, your follow-up can be automated. You know, okay, immediate response, day 1, day 2, day 1, week 1, week 2, you can actually schedule everything, prepare those templates and figure it to the lead. Boom, 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 it happens. So anyone else? Deepak, would you like to share something? Should I allow you to talk? So one share, one learning, which you are going to be implementing the way Raghav did. Anyone? You can type me and I would love to. I want to hear from you. Yeah. I want to hear from preferably all of you, because end of the day, it's not knowledge, but it's action. So anyone type me and I'm going to allow you to talk. One learning or one good practice that you already have in your organization where you're following up on a regular basis. How about you, Rupa? You're into insurance. I'm sure you have your own follow-up methods. Would you like to share something? I want people to talk. I want people to share, because then only it becomes an inner circle call, a true inner circle call. Anyone? Okay, so let me now go back to, yeah. So let me put it in the chat. If you can give a review, I'll be very happy. Give a 5-star review if you like this call. Only if you like today's call, give a 5-star review. And anyone wants to do one-to-one, you can schedule it. Okay, so this is the link. You're able to see this link? Yeah. Ideally, what I would love is if you can give a paragraph. Don't just write one sentence, give a paragraph. Okay. And just in case you want to do one-to-one, where, by the way, is there any particular topic you want to learn as far as sales is concerned? Anyone in particular? Do you think that there is a particular topic that you want any particular area which is troubling you, which is causing concern as far as your sales is concerned, and you want to learn about it, do let me know. Let me see if I can cover that in any one of the. Okay, 1 second. Yeah, waiting for your response as far as the topic is concerned. Okay, so the second hyperlink, sales calls, sales calls. Okay, so now sales call meaning Navneet, can you clarify? So can I put you on the call, please, if you don't mind? Can you explain to me? You can type yes if you want to be on the call. If I should enable you, because I want to understand what exactly your concern is. Okay, over to you, Navneet. I have allowed you to talk. So your microphone is on. So unmute
Yes, sir.
yourself and speak. Yes, Navneet. So what do
Yes,
you
sir.
mean by sales call, Navneet?
I mean, how do you start the appointment with the customer, and
Okay.
how do you do the conversation to close the call? That is what
Lovely.
I want.
Understood. Understood. So that means you have a lead, or
Yeah.
it could be a referral. You know
Yeah.
that Palana person is interested. Now,
Yeah.
how should you make that first call? Get into an appointment, and when you're doing an appointment, how should your presentation be? And
Yeah.
how do you subsequent? So how to follow up? I have already given you, but you want to
Yeah.
understand how to make that first call, right?
And in conversation with him also
How to be
on
in touch?
appointment.
How to keep that person in? How to be in touch with that particular prospect?
Right.
Great.
Okay.
Great. We'll make a note of that, Navneet. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Now here, I want someone to share this. Yeah, anyone can share. Let's say I'm just looking at. Yeah, Rupa. I think you are in this business, right? You are in the business of insurance. So, how do you make your sales call, Rupa? Just one outline, if you can give. Would you mind doing that? You can type yes, just for group learning purpose. Lovely. I'm going to allow you to talk. 1 second. Yes, Rupa. Allowing you to talk.
Hello. Hello, everybody. Very good evening to all of you. Thank you, Uday, for giving me an opportunity to talk.
1 second. Is it okay for you to switch on your video? Then I'll make you a
No,
panelist.
not video,
Okay.
sorry.
All right. Okay. Done. Okay.
Yeah. See, initially I started off this business in 2018. 2018 and 19, I have touched all my known contacts. So it's easy to get business the first 2 years. To have a continuity, you really need to look for new leads. First thing, any prospect when I get business from, I don't stop to ask them for references. Maybe first meet, second meet, next greeting, or even after 6 months, I don't mind asking them for references. I continue to ask for references, and I try to connect people through LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a very professional, uh, professional site where you can very bindasly ask for, if any business you need it or help you need it. More than Facebook or social medias, I feel LinkedIn as a very professional network thing. And also, I am also part of BNI. In BNI, it so happened during my first year of my BNI meet, it was a visitor focus day, and I had my presentation that day, and we had around 26 to 27 visitors attending. And one of the visitor who came had my card, because during the tea break we exchanged cards, and he did approach me and ask me for insurance. And through him, I got 5 or 6 people insured from his company. And
Fantastic.
he had taken, because I believe when one of his staff had gone out on some marketing call, some accident happened, and that guy expired. So the family came in asking, because it's a private firm, the family didn't get much from the company. The family came in asking for what does the company going to give, because this person has explained. So he was speechless. So since this incident happened in his company, he ensured that whoever is eligible for at least 50 lakhs cover also, they have come forward and taken insurance from me.
Fabulous.
So
Fabulous.
networking plays a very important role, and keep networking and meeting people.
Yeah. So Rupa, the question here is, how do
Yeah.
you make that call? So you got a card from this person in that networking event, you while having breakfast or probably
Yeah,
post
I
meeting,
exchanged the card. It is
you
he
exchange the
who
card.
called me. He called me. He said,
Correct.
Madam, do you remember me? My name is so and so. I came to Novotel Hotel when you gave presentation.
Right.
Actually, I didn't recollect. Then I said, oh, thank you for connecting. How can I help you? I asked. Then he
Right.
said, I'm looking for term insurance. And he immediately told me, I'll give you a minute. If you have a paper and pen, please note down the date of birth I will be sharing. I was in a car coming from Nacharam actually.
Okay.
I was having the time to meet him, but he said, first you note down the details and share me the data, then we will plan up the meeting. So that's how he.
So, can you share an outline, Rupa? Let's say, for example, I gave you a name and a number. Let's say my friend, Mr. So-and-so, Navneet, is interested in insurance. Talk to him,
Okay.
and this is the name and the number. So, what
Yes.
is your approach? Because that's what probably our friend Navneet would be interested in knowing. Okay.
Okay.
So, let's say
First,
I give you a name and a number and say, I think he's interested in insurance.
okay.
This is the name, this is the number.
I will introduce myself as I'm Rupa Krishnan. I'm an executive life planner from Tata AIA. Tata AIA, as you all know, is Tata is for trust. And what that if you take insurance from me, what do you benefit than other companies? I will tell. First thing, our claim ratio is 99.07%, where we are growing on top in the market. If you give me an opportunity to meet you, I will sit and assist you on your financial status, how you should go about.
Wow.
I will not talk about the product in the phone. I will actually ask for an appointment, meet, and then speak.
Wow. Awesome. Awesome. Awesome.
Thank you.
And what do you do when that person listens to the plan, he gets excited, but
First,
has
I'm
not
very
purchased from you?
comfortable talking to him about the term cover.
Right.
Actually, we earn more in the savings plan, but my comfort level is more to secure his life and his family. So I first talk about the term plan. If he says I'm having a good cover, give me a return back, money back plan, then I tell him all the other plans, which where if he smartly invests at what age, what is the shortest period he can invest, where his returns are better.
Super. Lovely. So excellent, Rupa. Thank you so much. I think
Thank
that
you.
has been
Thank
quite
you.
a
In
value.
between, I had a call. I couldn't catch up. I heard you talking, taking my name, but I couldn't get back since the call was going on.
Perfect. Perfect. Absolutely fine.
Yeah.
Absolutely
Thank
fine.
you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your
Thank
call.
you.
Yeah. So lovely, lovely sharing, and thank you very much. I hope you liked this call, and if you really did, click on that Trust Pilot link. Give me a 5-star rating. Looking forward to seeing everyone next week, same day, same time. Be safe, friends. The world has opened up, okay, especially in our country, market has opened up, but still the COVID situation is there. So be safe, always wear a mask, maintain social distancing, and until and unless it is absolutely necessary,